laughed when you stumbled, whispered behind your back, and celebrated your failures. They thought they had won, that their betrayal had crushed you. But what they didn't see was the fire they had ignited within you, a fire they can no longer control. And now, that same fire is about to consume them. Imagine this. The very people who betrayed you, underestimated you, and thought you'd stay down are now haunted by the weight of their choices. Regret isn't just a word for them. It's a prison they built for themselves brick by brick with every lie and every manipulation. But here's the twist. They didn't break you. They built the strongest version of you. And now, every move you make, every success you achieve, is a reminder that they played with fire and lost. This is your story. A story of rising from the ashes, of taking their doubt and turning it into unstoppable power. So buckle up. By the end of this video, you'll see how their actions only fueled your rise, leaving them trapped in the flames of their own regret. Have you ever been pushed to the edge? Have they ever underestimated you, thinking they could take everything from you, your trust, your loyalty, your heart, and just walk away with no consequences? You see, when people betray you, they think it's the end of the story. They think they've broken you, defeated you, that you'll never come back. But what if I told you that their betrayal is just the beginning of your greatest transformation? Today, we're diving into what happens when people play with fire. You see, they think it's all fun and games until they realize they're the ones who get burned. The people who pushed you, laughed at you, and thought they could bury you in regret, well, they didn't count on one thing: you. This video isn't just about revenge or anger. It's about what happens when you take that pain, that betrayal, and turn it into something unbreakable. It's about how those who wronged you will eventually have to face the consequences of their actions, while you rise stronger than ever before. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why betrayal isn't the end of your story. It's the start of your comeback. And let me tell you, it's going to be one they'll never forget. So stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal is going to change the way you see your struggles forever. We've all been there. Those moments when we trusted the wrong people. The ones who smiled in your face but spoke behind your back. The ones who acted like they had your back, but when it mattered most, they disappeared, leaving you to pick up the pieces. It hurts, doesn't it? The feeling of being betrayed, of having someone you believed in shatter your trust without a second thought. And yet, we're often told to just let it go, as if the hurt should simply vanish, as if the damage they've done can be erased by time. But here's the problem. It doesn't go away that easily. Betrayal leaves scars, deep scars, scars that make you question your worth, your decisions, and sometimes even your ability to trust again. You start to wonder if you're just too trusting, too naive, if people are always going to disappoint you in the end. The real challenge comes when you're left with the aftermath. It's easy to spiral into self-doubt, to believe that you've been taken advantage of because you weren't strong enough. But here's the truth. The real problem isn't that you were too trusting. The real problem is that you gave your trust to the wrong people. You let them play with your emotions, your time, your energy. And now you're left to deal with the wreckage. But here's where the truth comes in. While betrayal can break you in the moment, it doesn't have to define you. You see, the challenge isn't just about overcoming the hurt. It's about realizing that every time someone betrays you, they don't take something from you. They give you something powerful in return, the opportunity to rise stronger. And that's the key. This is the moment where you have to ask yourself, what are you going to do with the pain? Will you let it consume you, or will you use it to fuel your transformation? That's the real test. The test of whether you will stay down or whether you will rise from the ashes of betrayal and become unstoppable. Let's take a moment to truly understand the depth of betrayal. It's not just about someone breaking your trust. It's about a deliberate choice they made. One that shatters your sense of security, makes you question everything you thought was true. It's one thing to be hurt by someone unknowingly. It's another when they intentionally cause you pain, when they betray you for their own gain or satisfaction. That kind of betrayal is different, it's personal. And yet, what people don't understand is that betrayal, no matter how painful, has the potential to shape you into something you've never been before. You see, people who betray you don't just break you. They expose a side of you that you didn't even know existed. The side that refused to back down, that rises from the ashes, that becomes stronger in the face of adversity. Take a look at some of the greatest success stories in history. They weren't written by people who had it easy. They were written by those who were betrayed, who were knocked down, who faced failure after failure. But here's what's interesting. Those failures didn't destroy them. They became the foundation for their greatness. Let me give you an example. Steve Jobs, one of the most iconic entrepreneurs of our time, was fired from Apple, the very company he founded. Imagine that. He was betrayed by the people who once called him a visionary. It was a brutal betrayal, one that left him feeling lost and unsure of his next steps. But instead of succumbing to the pain, he used it as fuel. He returned to Apple years later, not just as an employee, but as a leader who changed the world. His betrayal didn't break him. It forged him into the force we now recognize as Apple. It's the same with countless others. People who have been pushed to the brink, who were told they weren't good enough, who were left to fail alone. The key is not in the failure itself, but in what you do with it. When people betray you, they might steal your trust, your innocence, even your peace of mind. But they can't take your ability to grow. They can't steal your capacity for transformation. The key to overcoming betrayal is perspective. Most people see betrayal as a defeat, as something that defines them forever. But the truth is, betrayal is a catalyst. It's the spark that forces you to look within yourself, to question what's real and what's not, to push you to levels of strength you never thought you had. And in that process, you'll uncover something incredible, your own resilience. Think about it. When someone betrays you, they're giving you an opportunity to redefine who you are. When they doubt you, they're giving you the chance to prove them wrong. It's easy to give up when you're knocked down, to let the pain consume you and believe that everything is lost. But what if, instead of seeing betrayal as your ending, you saw it as the beginning of your greatest transformation? Every time someone betrays you, they're giving you the fuel to become something more than you ever were before. They're helping you grow in ways you can't see in the moment. They are pushing you to build a version of yourself that is unstoppable. Someone who will rise from the ashes stronger than ever. And the beauty of it is, when you rise from the pain, when you take that hurt and turn it into something powerful, the very people who betrayed you will watch you burn brighter than they ever thought possible. So here's the thing. Betrayal doesn't make you weak. It doesn't break you unless you let it. And the truth is, when you use it as fuel, it can make you one of the most powerful forces on this planet. Every scar, every failure, every ounce of pain is just another lesson in your journey toward greatness. When you learn to use that pain, you stop being a victim and you start becoming the victor. And then it hits you. You realize something profound, something that changes the way you see everything. You weren't broken, you were forged. Every betrayal, every moment of doubt, every tear that fell, it wasn't an indicator of weakness. It was a sign of strength. The pain you've been carrying, the weight of their lies, the scars on your soul, they weren't meant to destroy you. They were meant to build you. It's in that moment of clarity that everything shifts. You stop seeing yourself as a victim and start recognizing the power you've gained from all the wounds that were once meant to break you. Those scars are no longer reminders of your failure. They are symbols of your transformation. You weren't crushed by the weight of betrayal. You were hardened by it. And now, you're standing taller than you ever have before. The real power comes when you realize that the people who betrayed you didn't take anything from you. They gave you something valuable, the opportunity to become someone they could never defeat. They pushed you to the edge, made you question everything, but instead of falling apart, you rose up. You grew stronger, sharper, more focused. Their betrayal gave you the motivation to unlock a version of yourself that you didn't even know existed. Think about it. Those who betrayed you thought they could destroy your spirit, that they could ruin everything you've built. They didn't realize that every ounce of pain they caused you was just another stone in your foundation. And now, as you stand here, you realize that the person you are today is the result of all those tests, all those trials. You are no longer the person who was hurt. You are the person who rose from the ashes. You are the person who learned to wield their pain like a weapon. Now, those who wronged you, those who thought they could walk all over you, will watch as you ascend. They'll watch as you use everything they tried to destroy as the fuel for your success. They'll see that what they thought was the end of you was just the beginning of your unstoppable rise. Samuel Wolfe. And as they watch, they'll be filled with nothing but regret, because they'll realize that they played with fire, and now they'll burn in their own remorse. Here's the truth. You need to embrace. When they played with fire, they thought they could control it. They thought they could manipulate your trust and use you as a pawn in their game. But they failed to realize the one thing that would lead to their downfall. They underestimated your strength, your resilience, and your ability to rise from the ashes, stronger than ever. Now look at yourself. You've gone through the worst. You've been betrayed, mistreated, and pushed to your limits. And yet, here you are. Not only have you survived, you're thriving. Every ounce of pain, every moment of doubt, has only contributed to your evolution. You are no longer the person who was hurt. You are the person who emerged from it, stronger, more focused and unstoppable. The message is clear. Their actions didn't break you. They made you. They played with your trust, thinking they could destroy you, but now they'll witness the fire that burns within you. They'll regret ever underestimating your power because the person you've become is someone they can never defeat. The next time someone tries to use you, betray you, or manipulate you, remember this: they are only giving you the fuel you need to rise higher. You are stronger than any challenge they can throw at you. So, let their regret be the backdrop of your success. Let their fear be the soundtrack of your rise. Now is your time. Step into it with confidence. You are unbreakable, and nothing will stop you. You've survived the storm, and now the world will watch as you shine brighter than ever before. If this resonated with you, don't let this moment pass. Hit that like button, share this with someone who needs a reminder of their strength, and comment below with your own story of overcoming betrayal. Let's rise together because we are unstoppable. Subscribe for more, and remember, your comeback is just beginning.